Fire Dragon, and we are here today with a game called FortressCraft. This game is kind of like Minecraft-ish, but it's well more in depth and has completely different attributes or whatever you call it. But it does have its blocky similarities, kind of. But this game is only $13 on Steam and is still in the development build, even though it already has plenty of whatever you call it, ideas into it. Plenty of exploring to do, I guess is the word I'm thinking of. But anyway, I was going to show you some earlier videos of FortressCraft, where I hadn't had so much stuff done, but I forgot to turn back on my microphone on my headset from when I was doing something, and so so those videos completely didn't have any audio, so yeah. But I'm here now with this game. Well, that was cool. Anyway, I'm here now, a bit later, of course, but still, you guys can see how it works and stuff. It may be a bit confusing at first, but you'll get the hang of it. First thing I'd like to go over, there are conveyor belts for items, and apparently no coal in this vein. Oh yeah, there is. Why is it not? No, it is. It's just slow. That's weird. Anyway, it has conveyor belts. Or well, let's start with the ore extractor. An ore extractor takes an ore that's below it, if it's touching it, and then it mines it automatically, and then it puts it in any hopper nearby. Then if you have a conveyor belt coming out of the hopper, it'll take it out of the hopper and go to wherever you want it to go, into another hopper or into the CPH, for this part, the central power hub, which always needs coal in order to be activated and give you your own energy and stuff. But either way, let's show you this. Oh, no, hold on. There are these laser power transmitters, or whatever they're called. I think that's what they're called. But they send energy from a power storage block, which, obviously enough, stores power inside of it, so that way you can use it to activate anything that needs power. But they send information through a line that goes up to 64 blocks, or there are different upgraded versions, and there are some downgraded versions, like this one. Doesn't send as much energy as fast, but these ones send faster, and then there are other ones to upgrade, and I don't even know how far they've gone. But they send information to whatever needs, or not information, power to whatever needs power. These are little guns. You can see the range of the gun by hovering over it. This is the research station, which you can scan different items that you haven't found, and then you get research points from it and find out what it is. And then there are different recipes and projects that come out of those, sometimes at least. And then, let me show you. From certain projects have to have the laboratory, and the laboratory is what was on the second floor. Check. This is the laboratory. It requires a ton of power to work, and so I'm using this power thermic generator. I think that's how you pronounce it. Obviously enough, it generates energy, but it takes it from a hopper that has coal in it, and so it turns that coal into power. Kind of like the central power hub, but not really. It's different and smaller. And then you have to put in different research pods, or whatever, simplified, experimental, basic, and it gets all the way to ultimate or something. I don't know exactly how far it goes. But you put them in this hopper, and then it goes inside of it. It uses tons of power to create that, and then hold on. Let's see. It takes these and creates this cold research experiment. I don't know what this switch mode is, but either way, you go back to the research station and it'll bring upgrades. Or either that, or it's just automatically brings it into your crafting area. And so that way you can craft new things. And as you can see, this game has plenty of stuff that I haven't gotten into yet. And different guns, and there are different attackers that attack at different points in time. And that's that. So anyway, I'm going to show you where these are going. These are little sludges. You can kill them, and they give you different. They give you different ores based on how low they are. If it's like super far down in the cold caverns or whatever it's called, chilled caverns, I think. They give you titanium. Up above, they give you tin. Here I have. Hold on. I don't know how well you can hear me with all these power storage blocks and stuff. So get back up here. Up there that I was trying to show you is a copper vein, a multi-million copper vein, which it goes pretty fast anyway. And this is an ore vein, which is also a multi-million one. And they're both sending up resources. And this one, I have power going down to, and then goes down here. And this is a tin ore vein. And I ran out of my lithium ore vein, sadly enough. And then there's this down here. This is barely being above the chilled caverns without getting hurt, but it does decrease power. As you can see around the corners, I'm starting to get hypothermia, but only if I lose all my power. This is a crystal ore vein, or crystal deposit vein, which is, I don't remember how big it is, but either way, it can't be mined yet because it needs an upgrade from the laboratory. It needs a different drill motor or whatever it's called. Yeah, and different cutter head or something. I don't remember which one it is it needs. And then this is also a power storage block, but it stores up to 1500 instead of 200 power in it. So that's I don't know if it has a third upgrade or not. But anyway, let's go up to the top. I love this grappling hook. So fun. And then there's this guy. Yeah, I was saying before that there are different enemies that attack, and they attack in waves, which actually, let me show you here. That's, no, what it is, where is it? Oh, it's right here. At the bottom left, you can see it says there's a threat scanner. It takes power to determine what threat your base is at. The highest is 100%, and then it goes back down to 0 and starts over again. But I think I've been through it like 3 or 4 times, so I should be attacked sometime soon, which is why I got those guns up. But anyway, this big spider-looking thing, he attacks with this gun, and he like shoots really fast and very powerful. So he's very helpful in the future. So that's pretty much all I've done so far. I did have a copper ore vein over here, but I found a bigger one that was down there, like I was showing you, and the same with tin over there, and it's down there now. Oh, okay. One more thing. This, well, first off, this is a conveyor turntable. It takes whatever is feeding it through, and then it goes and sends one out, whichever output it reaches first, and then it moves and sends it out the next output that it reaches first, and then it would go back here and send one, but it sees that this is pushing in, not going out, so it switches around until it finds one that it can go back in. So essentially it sorts out. So if I wanted to put like 20 copper and 20 tin bars in here, depending on how I put them in. What this is doing is my little machine that I made. I have it leading to a storage hopper, which leads into this extruder plant, and it converts whatever bars into whatever wires. Let's use copper, for example. If copper bars go in here, it would go into this, which creates it into a copper wire, and then it would go into this, which gives it to this, which creates, it's called a coiler plant, that creates these copper wires into wire coils, or into copper coils, and then it sends it back over, and it converts it into a PCB through the PCB assembler, which are used for different more advanced things, whatever, machines, in other words. And then it sends it to this hopper and waits there for this to do its thing. I'll say in a second. And then this other line goes this way, and it sends it to a stamper plant, which converts bars into plates, so I wouldn't be able to send it through that and then send it through that, so I had to have a conveyor turntable. Anyway, and it goes into this storage hopper. That needs to be rotated. And then it goes into that hopper, and then it sees this thing down here, takes power, obviously, and then it sees what's in this and sees what's in this, and as it says on the bottom left, it combines 6 plates and 1 PCB into research pods, which is what it used for the laboratory. So, and then it uses energy, creates the pods, and then puts them in here, so I could have whatever research pods I need automatically made for me instead of me having to do each individual step. But other than that, that's pretty much all. I'm going to go through certain things on here. Obviously enough, the ore extractor ores. I can create my own ore smelter like this, which I can't move this, sadly enough. But I don't really need to move it anyway. But I could make more, but I have no idea how to get organic rock. I accidentally got one, so... forced induction, which I have on top of this, creates placed on top of a regular smelter to increase its speed by twice as much, but power is used 8 times as much, which stinks, but who cares? It doesn't support basic smelter, so it wouldn't work for this, so that's a downside, but who cares? This basic drill motor gives you 200% or twice as much collection speed, which I don't really use. I think I have it on one of them, but at the cost of increased power usage, of course. Whoops. Power thermal generator, I already went over. It creates its own thing. These basic laser energy transmitters are those things, and as you can see, there are 3 different types: the basic ones, and then the upgraded one, and then the one that's further than that, which I don't have any nickel or really any titanium. I got that titanium from a mob down below, which I call them sludges. And then this is the power storage block, and the other power storage block I showed you, 1500 and 200. These lenses you can put inside those laser energy transmitters, and they increase the amount of power that is sent between them, so it's basically faster sending of power. A mini hopper only stores up to 10 resources and transfers very slowly from whatever to whatever. Logistics hopper is the same thing, except it stores up to 2, and it is faster than the mini hopper. Storage hopper is the best, stores up to 100 of them and very quickly. Storage hopper can also be made out of 15 logistics hoppers, which actually I have 10 of those, so I need to get 5 more soon enough, because logistics hoppers are useless. Anyway, basic conveyor belts are very slow, but more resource efficient. But now that I actually have good veins of those two, I'm starting to create actual real conveyor belts, which are faster. But most of my stuff is made out of this. Upslope conveyor is what it sounds like, but it's not necessary. It's just for aesthetic looks, because as you can see here, it like right here, it goes over. You can send it right into there, and it will go up and over. But instead, I could just put one upsloped, which would send one into going straight here or upsloped either way. So it would be more aesthetically pleasing, and it actually saves on using some things, but it also takes a conveyor belt in order to create one, right? Yeah, so I don't know. And then a downslope conveyor belt is obviously not the other way around. Conveyor belt filters out whatever has gone through. I don't know exactly how it works. I've never done it. So it's kind of like that turntable, except it takes one specific thing and puts it through instead of just going to 2 different things or whatever. I don't know exactly what happens. And then advanced conveyor is the same thing, but I don't know exactly what the difference is, except that it says it's advanced. A transport pipe. Whenever you put conveyor belts down in the chilled caverns, which there's also toxic caverns well below that, whenever you put normal conveyor belts inside chilled caverns, they freeze up and they cannot move. So the pipe allows them to move, and it's actually much faster. And there's, well, conveyor belts already don't need power, but either way. Unaffected by extreme cold and less susceptible to attack, which there are things called Minox that spawn on your conveyor belts, which of course that's problem is solved by creating guns down there for that, but if you don't want to deal with that part, just create transport pipes. Conveyor pipe filter is the same thing as a conveyor belt filter. Turntable, already showed you that. Matter mover is pretty cool. I only have one of these. I need to make more of these. But it, instead of having to have conveyor belts, as far as I know, I'm not exactly how certain it works, because I've never used it. It takes things from a storage hopper here, and then up to, I think it's at 64, didn't it? Yeah, 64 meters away. If there's nothing in its line of sight, so it would have a storage hopper, then the matter mover, and then another matter mover 64 blocks away with nothing in between them, and then storage hopper on top. It would take things from this storage hopper to that storage hopper. So that's pretty cool in my opinion, but I don't know exactly how it works or anything, like I said, so there maybe it's downsides. I'm going to figure that out soon though. And then storage crates are pretty much what they sound like, except, let's see, I do have storage crates somewhere. There. Alright, so I place down one storage crate, and it gives me 2 slots. Then I place another one on top of it, and I can go into that one, and there are 4 here. Or I can go into the bottom one, and there's still 4 here. So I can place as many as I want next to it, and then it'll create a scroll bar that goes down. I don't know exactly how limited it is, but it's pretty awesome in my opinion. So let's go to the next. You can have them different colors if you want. Hydrojet cutter is what's on top of this manufacturing plant, so that way you can create different suit upgrades, is what it says. And this is one of the suit upgrades, which I have. This one increases the efficiency of the suit's solar panels, which gives you more power whenever you're out in the sun. Suit power pack doubles the suit's power capacity, which I really want this. I don't know why I haven't created it yet. I can create it now. Suit headlight is what it sounds like. It reduces the power drain of your suit's headlamp, but I don't know how exactly you would activate your headlamp. I assume the headlight would give you a headlamp automatically. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. Power core is for your Arthur, which is that thing right there floating away. He gives you power sometimes whenever you're low on power and stuff. So he needs power. And it fixes damage to Arthur because he can be attacked too, I think. And he can move better with that, whatever. And then battery core has him hold 8 times the charge that he normally would, which he can transfer to you when you run low on power. Solar panel is basically the same as our power. He creates power based off of the sun. And then all 3 of those can be combined into this, which I have one of that. And then this is a bunch of stupid stuff. And then there's a charging station, which I have, allows him to charge power rapidly instead of waiting for him to charge on his own in the sun. Experimental pods are those things I was telling you about in the laboratory. Research assembler is the one that creates the research pods in that room in there. And laboratory components have you make the laboratory in the 2nd floor of that thing I showed you. Then there are 2 turrets. One is better than the other, obviously. There's a threat scanner, then a threat reducer, which reduces the threat in your base. Jeez, threat to your base is what I meant. And the threat agitator is basically just for farming the waves, so you would want that then and whenever you need it. An Arthur turret is a defensive turret whenever you tell Arthur to go inside of it, and it has a high range of 64, it's normal, but either way, it's better for earlier people. Blank ore ping is, I'm just going to read this. It is a consumable item that generates an ore ping without power cost, combined with an ore in the self-crafting menu to create specific ore pings, which basically, let me show you something here. You can ping different things, ping unknown, ping known ore, and ping air. I don't know what that would be used for. I guess if you're trying to find a cavern underground or something. But you can ping unknown and see different ores and stuff, whatever, that you don't know underground in a certain range. I don't know exactly what the range of this thing is, but it works really well. It uses power, though. And then you ping known, which you can see there. That's my coal ore vein, and then some different. That's my old copper vein and my old tin vein somewhere over there. Different things and stuff. So that thing's cool. And then let me get power back, even though it didn't really take much power. But anyway, you could put a specific ore ping to use, and it would ping only for that ore, so that way only, like if I do a lithium ore ping, it would only show up lithium, so I could always know where the lithium is at. These are different materials used for different machines and stuff. I'm not going to go through all this. Those are the different things that I was showing you earlier, and these are just aesthetic blocks, which is canvas here. Which here, let me show you something here. Let me put it inside my dirt. I have a simplified one. Alright, I'm going to first remove that. I don't know why that's there. Still. Alright. And then put these canvases down. And I can go hit in and go to a paint gun, which can paint things, obviously. And you choose what color, and then you just paint it. Which is pretty cool in my opinion. Of course, I don't ever really use it yet. I'll have to use it later, whenever I actually create a real base and stuff, get more advanced, have more fun with stuff instead of just making it the necessary stuff. And I'm gonna put my copper ore in there. But anyway, that is it for now. The next episode of FortressCraft will might be some FortressCraft with one of my friends, but I don't know about that. I'll probably make another video before then. So in my single player world, this world, I'll be actually doing stuff instead of just explaining everything, which probably is more boring, but at least you get the idea of the game now, because you had to skip a few episodes. That was my fault, but the next episode will be me actually doing stuff, and as soon as I get the upgrades from the laboratory, it'll be more fun because I can do more stuff. But anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and show support and subscribe for different videos or more of these types of videos. And then leave in the comments just if you've played this game and know things that I could do differently or to make more efficient or something, whatever. Leave a comment about that, or anything, whatever, in the comments. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
You